Hey everybody, Tony here with Nothing But Car Reviews, and today we're taking a look at a new 2023 GMC Acadia Denali, so let's get right into it. So this Acadia Denali comes in the Ebony Twilight Metallic, so you're gonna have your kind of shinier black paint here as opposed to getting your standard onyx black, something like that. And then the interior consists of the light shale with dark galvanized trim, and that's gonna be perforated leather. And our powertrain consists of a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 made with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now coming around to the back here, I really like the chrome trim they did. So Denali there, you can see it's kind of embossed in that chrome there, and then the GMC is embossed in this chrome trim piece here. And then we get our LED tail lights, really nice look. And as we open our power lift gate, we have 6-passenger seating in this one. So to fold down this third row, pretty simple. Pull up on the strap, push it down, and then get it back up. Just pull up, and you're good to go. And then you have a 12-volt back there as well. And then a little storage there. I actually like that quite a bit. Let's close that up. As we come around to the left side, we have our gas cap here, fuel filler there. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And once again, that chrome trim there with the Denali embossed there. I like how everything kind of matches. And check out these 20s right here. Really, really clean look there. Now coming around to the front, we get our LED headlamps on with LED daytime running lights and then LED fog lights. And then with the Denali, I just really like how they did gloss black and chrome. So we have gloss black here, and then we have the chrome trim around all of that. And then, of course, your signature Denali grille is going to be pretty much all chrome. Then we have our GMC badge outline in chrome there. Really, really nice look. But I'm going to pop this hood so you all can see this 3.6 liter. And there's that 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6. But next, let's go ahead and take a look from the driver's seat. So here in the driver's seat, pretty comfortable seating position. I like how the hood is kind of sloped down a little bit, and just a really, really nice feeling here. Now with this sunroof, I do only have about an inch or 2 of headroom here, but still really nice, and I can even pull my seat down more to get more headroom. But being 6'3", I can fit in here pretty well. I have about an inch or 2 between my knees, and then the steering wheel here, and then I even have a power tilt and telescoping wheel, so I can make that even more. But really impressed by the room in here. Now going over here to the door panel, I really like, even though this is kind of a plastic, all this around here, I like that they kind of incorporated the leather here, and then the colors make it look that much more luxurious, even though it's not leather or something fancy like that. But this wood grain, really like that, and it feels really nice too. But we have our power door locks here, memory seat functions here, and then we have our power windows. In the front 2, you can one-touch pull those up and down. Power folding mirrors with blind spot monitors, and then we can lock our windows, and then we have our power mirror controls there. And then we have our power lift gate there, and we can set that to max 3/4 or turn all the way off, and then you hit the button there to open and close it. And then little storage there with a cup holder, and Bose sound system, of course. Over to the left side, to the left of our steering wheel, I should say, we have our electronic parking brake. Just press that to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage, and we can set the light for our gauge cluster and all that. And then we have our heads-up display controls here. But over to the steering wheel, really nice feel, and it's actually thicker than I would have expected. Feels really nice. But we can heat this leather wrap steering wheel. We have our cruise controls, and then we have our forward collision alert or our adaptive cruise gap adjust there. Voice recognition, mute, and then we use these 4 arrows as well as this check mark to go through our gauge cluster functions. And then to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our track list, radio station favorite controls. We can toggle through that. And then to the right side, we have volume, the same controls behind the wheel. And then headlamp controls, fog light controls, turn signals, auto high beams, just hit that button there, toggle that. Then we have our windshield wiper controls as well as our rear windshield wiper controls, or rear window controls here. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look from the passenger side. So passenger side is pretty much similar to the driver's side in terms of the seat functionality, excuse me. We have 8-way power with power lumbar support for both of those seats. Really adjustable, and I really like just how nice this interior looks and how nice it feels. But also, this light shale just looks really good with this dark galvanized trim. It's just a really, really good look. Looks super top of the line. And then, as you can see, I really like this kind of bronze trim as it coincides with that wood grain there. And then, glove compartment, owner's manual's in there. Pretty good size, actually, all in all. Let's go ahead and take a look at this radio here. So I believe this is an 8-inch screen here. We have AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. Then we also have wireless Apple CarPlay with wired Android Auto. And you can wire the Apple CarPlay as well if you want to. And there's our navigation system there. There's our backup camera with guidelines. And then I think this one has that technology package, so we have the curve view cameras and the trailering view and the hitch view, all of that. So, and then over here we have our climate controls, rear climate controls. So we have dual zone automatic climate for the driver and front passenger, and we can toggle our fan speed, change temperature, sync it, all of that. And then down below, we also have those controls too. So if you take a look here, we can go through our fan speed and then adjust temperature, all that, like I said. And then over here, we have our shifter. So we press P for park, pull here for reverse, press N for neutral, pull here for drive, and then we can press L for low, and then we can manually shift there. Down below here, we have an SD card reader for that navigation system, and then we have 2 USB ports, a USB-C and a USB-A, and we can plug in for that wireless, or for that wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, or just if you want to charge your phone. And then wireless charging pad there. Now here, I really like how they also kept this wood grain going here around the cup holder, and then we can toggle auto stop, traction control, hazards, parking sensors, and then we have 3-stage heated and cooled seats for the driver and front passenger as well. And then there we have our lane departure we can toggle, and then we have 4 drive modes technically. We have a tour mode, a snow and ice mode, a sport mode, and then we have our tow haul mode. So you probably want to keep that in tour for the most part. And then decent sized center console cubby space there. And then here we have our rear camera mirror, so we can go ahead and toggle that on and off, and then we can adjust that and do all that there. Then here we have our dual pane sunroof. We can one touch tilt and slide the front one. And let's see if we can get a look at that back one there. I just love having that skylight back there, especially on this interior. Everything looks really good on this light shale. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat room. So the rear seat back here, really decent headroom for it to be the second row. Like I said, the sunroof's in the way, so it kind of takes up some headroom that you might have if you didn't have the roof there. But anyways, knees are just barely touching the back of the seat here, and I have it leaned back quite a bit, being 6'3", so I could probably adjust this so the driver is comfortable as well as myself. And like I said, I do have longer legs, so. But I like the map pocket in here. You can kind of have some storage or whatever in there if you want to keep a charging cable, whatever. And then over here we have our rear AC controls there, and we can toggle our fan speed, those 3-stage rear outboard seats. Then we can adjust temperature, set the mode, and then we can set an auto mode if you want to do that. But over here, a 120-volt 3-prong household plug-in, USB-C, USB-A charging ports, and then one of my favorite things about these SUVs is having these cup holders that slide out and then having some storage in there. And then up here, we have a little grab handle here if you want to hang your clothes. And then I like that we can use these fans here, or these vents here, excuse me, to turn and then direct the air where you want it to go. But this third row here, I mean, you can fit some kids back here. I could sit back there, but I wouldn't have any leg room, but it's nice to have. But a lot of people just use that to fold it down and have that extra storage. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take this 2023 Acadia Denali out on the road for a quick test drive. So I really like the overall driving dynamics, and I've said this in many reviews. I do prefer the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder over this 3.6 V6 in the Acadias and the XT6, but the 3.6 is tried and true. They've had it used at GM for quite some time, and it's just a really good, just adequate powertrain. You get decent fuel mileage, decent acceleration, and not a lot going on. Not having to deal with the turbo and all that. But here we have the adaptive cruise on. And then we have the lane departure, lane keep assist on as well. Thought I did. Okay, it's not on. It's on now. There we go. So there it is, keeping it in the lines there. Let's see if it'll do it on this side. There it is. So it does a good job making sure you don't hit anybody. And overall, just really, really good ride quality. And the brake pedal feels really nice. And what's crazy is the sound acoustics in here are actually really good. I can barely hear outside. The loudest thing in here is the cooled seats that are going at full blast. And that really will keep you from necessarily having your AC blowing cold, because these cooled seats are about freezing my back. So I don't necessarily want the temperature within the cabin to be as low as I might normally. And that's where having the automatic climate controls comes into play. So I can set this at, let's say, 72, and then just have that temperature going on here while my back is getting cool, especially if I just got out in the heat, my back sweating, because that's what tends to get the sweatiest first and foremost. And then we have the cylinder deactivation mode going on here. So I'm just using 4 cylinders while I'm cruising, getting about 38 miles a gallon. Then of course when I put my foot into it, it'll go back into V6 mode. And the adaptive cruise is just keeping that safe distance between myself and the vehicle in front of me. And one thing I will say is I really like how quickly this goes back into 4-cylinder mode after accelerating, because a lot of the times you give it throttle and it'll stay in V6 mode, and then by the time you get into 4-cylinder mode, you have to floor it or something. But this does a really good job at really toggling between 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder mode. But as we come to the end of the test drive, I'm just going to go over my final thoughts on this Acadia Denali and let you all look at the window sticker. So I want to give a huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Acadia Denali today. I'll leave a link below to the vehicle as well as their ever-changing inventory in the description below. But let's go ahead and take a look at this window sticker really quickly. So this one is going to be the Denali Ultimate. So you get that sunroof, and you also have that rear camera mirror, a few other features including that adaptive cruise control, excuse me. But then you also get 3 years of the OnStar and connected services. So you're stickered at $54,285. Final thoughts on the Acadia Denali. If you're in the market for a vehicle that has 3 rows, 6-passenger seating, pretty decent room, not the biggest like a Traverse or an Enclave, and you don't want to pay that extra money for an XT6, I definitely recommend going with this because it looks just as good, has just as many features that you're going to want. And like I said, with that Ultimate package, having that roof and the rear camera mirror, adaptive cruise control, definitely can't go wrong with this 23 Acadia Denali. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you liked what you saw today. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one.